Alrighty, welcome back to Full Core Scootering. Today we're going to be checking out a classic fork that is kind of a one-of-a-kind. That is the Isaac Miller Tlilt Legacy fork. I believe this fork came out in around 2014, possibly, maybe 2015. I will have a link to the promo video of it up in the cards. So if you haven't seen Isaac Miller's video to his signature fork in SES, definitely go check it out because it's actually really sick. It is a little bit older. Tlilt made a set of forks and a set of, well, they made forks and they made SESs as well. And it had the same kind of line grain on it like it does here. Now back in 2014, 110mm was really the only kind of wheel that you could get. So these wheels, or I guess these forks, can only run 24 by 110 wheels on them. Now, Tlilt does not make the Legacies anymore. They do make the Nimbuses and they make the Tomahawks, but they don't make the Legacies anymore. Now, what makes these so special is, one, they're a signature scooter part, and two, I believe they only made 375 of them, and this one is number 150. Now, I don't have a SES to go with it, but I figured today we would slap these bad boys on and test them out and see how they ride. They are like pretty heavy for a fork. They are really thick and they feel like they are very durable. I was given these by my good friend Tyson. Tyson, if you're watching, what's up? They have like the standard regular degree of offset of 10 degrees. Yeah, we'll throw these on and get a sesh on them, and then I'll let you know how they feel. Alrighty, that is it for the riding portion of this video. There were some weird kids that were at the skate park and kind of made me feel uncomfortable, so I just kind of left. I didn't really want to be around them. So anyway, it's really windy out, and so I'm back at my favorite little bridge spot. As you can see behind me, there's like a concrete bank thing that is never rideable because the water doesn't ever actually dry up in the winter or anything, so that's kind of annoying. It just kind of sits there and teases me. But let's talk about these here forks. So riding these Isaac Miller Tlilt Legacy forks, I have noticed that it makes my scooter definitely a lot heavier. You know, that's also including the peg that's on there. It's kind of weird because I haven't really ridden a pair of like really thick forks like this in a long time. I've been riding those Issac Lucid V2 forks for a while, and it's just kind of weird kind of staring down and seeing how thick these forks are. But riding them, I can really feel how durable and strong they are. Like, they're just really solid, and it kind of it almost kind of makes my scooter sound a little bit more dialed and like kind of basketball-y, if that kind of makes sense. It's got that sound to it. So like I said before, it only runs 110 by 24mm because I believe these forks came out in like 2014 or 2015. So that was still pretty much a standard in wheels back then. Now, something that I did notice is the integrated bottom crown race. It does stick up a little bit taller than say the Lucid. Am I saying that right? No, it's the Circa V2 forks. I don't know why I always call it the Lucid. It does kind of look a little bit weird. I don't really notice like a weird difference or anything. The one thing that I have noticed about riding these so far is with the Issac Circa forks, the fork portion itself is and I think like all Issac forks are this way. The fork is shorter than the fork is shorter than like the deck. So when you have like your scooter all put together and stuff, it makes your scooter kind of sit forward a little bit. And I don't know how many times I've scraped on the front part of the deck up here just from like turning too sharp and scraping, because my deck sits a little far forward because the forks aren't level with the deck, if that makes sense. So I don't know if the Circa forks will do that with like say a Lucid deck. I know I get those names mixed up for some reason. Or any other Issac deck. I think even with my Siren V2 it still sat forward like that. So with these Tlilt forks, it definitely, I can feel it, it's a little bit more level. And so it really has helped me not scraping when I turn and all that. So that's really nice. You know, I haven't ridden a pair of Tlilt forks in a really long time, and I kind of forgot how, you know, just great and durable Tlilt forks are. So if you are looking for a great fork to ride out there, definitely check out Tlilt forks that Tlilt is carrying now. I believe they still have the Nimbus fork. I think it runs 24 mil by 120, and then they still have the Tomahawk fork, which runs 120 by 24, and then their newest fork, I believe, is called the Rigid fork, and that one can run 30 wide by 120s. So you can run pretty much any size of wheel with those forks, and they look really cool too. They're kind of like the Tomahawk had a baby with the Legacies, and then just made it bigger and wider. So they're pretty sick. But yeah, other than that, for the fork, it's a great fork. You know, I don't really want to ride it any more than I have today, just because it's, in my opinion, it's a collector's item, because it was 375 of them made, and I'm gonna just kind of keep this one hanging out and keep it nice. As for the peg, I haven't ridden pegs in a really long time, so playing around with a peg has been a little different. I don't think I like it as much as just running no peg, just because when you do Smiths and stuff, if you don't land directly on the peg, you'll kind of slip off and you kind of slip out of your Smith or whatever you're doing on the ledge. So that's kind of annoying. But if you want to play around with like toothpick variations and stuff, like you've probably seen my really terrible, what was it, front 50 to Hurricane to little, like a fakey toothpick chink thingy out, and it was it was like the tiniest little thing, but I heard it and I was like, no, I'm keeping it. So yeah, if you like playing around with that stuff, or you want to try it out, definitely check out some pegs. Yeah, thanks for watching this video, and remember, if you want to support this channel, you can go ahead and shop through the link in the description. It'll take you to our website, and you can pick up some awesome wheels that we make. They're not super expensive, but they're super nice. I guarantee you'll like them, and we're slowly making some new products. So, like I said, if you want to support us, go ahead and pick up some of our products that we have. And until the next video, we'll see you later.